YouTube and welcome to the channel. I'm Bella, and today I'm going to be doing a Game of Thrones recap because tonight is the last season of Game of Thrones, season 8, and unfortunately season 8 has 6 episodes which are full movie length, which basically means they're about an hour and a half each, which means that each episode is basically sort of 3 episodes in one, but it is a full movie, which means it should have a beginning, middle and end. And yes, various characters probably will die or become ice zombies. That is what I call the walkers, White Walkers. Yes, they're called White Walkers, but I have a tendency just to call them ice zombies. It's easier. Okay, season 1, blah, blah, blah. 2 old friends, one happens to be the king, one happens to rule the north, meet up and basically decides to be the Hand of the King because the last Hand of the King dropped dead. And then, whizzing swiftly on, Ned Stark ends up getting his head chopped off because he found out that the king's children aren't the king's children because they've got blonde hair like the Lannisters, which is his wife Cersei, who's currently having sex with her twin Jaime, who's known as the Oathbreaker because he killed the last Targaryen king and he broke his oath. That's season 1. Then we have season 2 and season 3, and there's lots of weddings, red weddings, purple weddings, lots of people dying. Basically, if you get invited to a wedding at Westeros, don't go. There is no point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's basically my recap. Sorry it's so short. I really don't care. I just want to recap what happened at the end of season 7. So basically, Jon Snow, who is now the king in the north, is reunited with his remaining siblings, which are Sansa, Bran, and Arya. Arya, who is a face changer and can basically become a person because she understands death. Her brother Bran is a three-eyed raven who has been around for centuries, and he's also, he can't move his legs. So he's paraplegic, he can't move his legs, he can't move his arms, but he is psychic, he knows everything. And basically Jon Snow goes to see Daenerys, who is queen of the dragons, because she's got 3 dragon children. We all mourn the loss of Khal Drogo, particularly the female company. It's such sad, but it allowed Daenerys to become out of his shadow, and it allowed Khal Drogo to have a wonderful second career as Aquaman in DC Extended Universe. So that's to one side. So basically Jon Snow hooks up with Daenerys, they agree their differences, and basically they get it on. So they all head north. Along with the Spider, the Hand of the Queen, basically, the Night's Watch, what's remaining of them, the Northern Lords and Ladies, and the 3 Stark siblings. And basically Daenerys' army that is made up of the Unsullied, led by Grey Worm, and the Khal Drogo's people. What are they called? Oh, their name. They really like horses, and they believe the stallion will rule the world. It's so annoying. Can't remember. Never mind. But they're there, so she's got cavalry. She also has 2 dragons. Unfortunately, one dragon has become a zombie dragon and has joined the ice zombies, which are basically the White Walkers team. Sam and little Sam and his Greet. I think it's Greet. I'm probably not correct there. Basically, they've found what they need from the library, and he's heading all the way back up to talk to Jon Snow because he's found out, A, that Jon Snow is basically banging his aunt because he's half Targaryen. And he also knows about Dragonglass. Jaime Lannister is also heading to the north because he thinks it's the right thing to do. Meanwhile, Cersei is staying in King's Landing, waiting for mercenaries and the Iron Bank's army to join hers. So she's keeping her forces in the south. This is actually very smart. So she's holding some forces back because if Daenerys fails, if Jon Snow fails, all the Northlings fail, and the We Shall Not Sow team with their boats, once the nephew has got basically his sister back off his uncle and sorted that out, they then can fight the White Walkers. If that fails, we've got Cersei with her backup team, who is hoping either to, one, after they've defeated all the White Walkers, to defeat Daenerys and Jon Snow, and then become queen of Westeros herself, or to let Jon Snow and Daenerys defeat the White Walkers and then go up and wipe them all out so that she can then become queen of Westeros. That's the plan. She's also possibly pregnant. She's told Jaime that she is pregnant with his kid, so we will see what happens. But what we do know is he's heading north because he's got military experience that could and will be useful. We also have the Night's Watch up there, or what's left of them, ever since the massive wall was burnt down by the zombie dragon. It's a zombie ice dragon. You've got to stay with me because it's quite complicated. So that's basically where we are at the moment. We've got Jon Snow and Daenerys heading north to decide on their battle plan and what they're going to do. They don't know that the ice dragon has taken down the wall. And Cersei is waiting for the Ironbanks troops and other mercenaries to basically fortify King's Landing. Oh, and one important point that people might have missed, the blacksmith's boy. He's really important. He's the last true Baratheon, the stag team. He's basically Robert's bastard son, the previous king, the big fat one that had no children with his own wife Cersei. And he is also in the north making the armour. So that's important. And Daenerys has agreed that Jon Snow can basically mine as much dragonglass as he wants to kill the White Walkers, which is essential because we are now going into winter. And winter can last years. So this season could be like 25 years long, which means we could see Jon Snow and Daenerys little babies and children. Because sometimes children get born in winter, sometimes they get born in summer. And this, in the world of Westeros, the seasons last for years. And then they change. So that's basically my summary. I'm so gutted that I've forgotten the Dothraki. The Dothraki, there you are, that's it. So basically Daenerys has got the Unsullied and the Dothraki. They ride horses and are horse people, and this is the first time that they have basically boarded the wooden horses, the wooden ships, and crossed the water to Westeros. So this is all to play for, people. There are several other characters that are small that I would like to see have bigger roles, like Bree. She's an interesting character. She has basically fulfilled her quest of protecting the Stark children. I want to see what happens to her because she's an awesome knight. Podrick, he's awesome. And there's also, what's his name? Bronn? Yes, I think it's Bronn. He's also interesting, but he's been left in the south by Jaime. Wise move or not? Do not know. But it's all to play for, people. All to play for, and I have it on very good authority that some characters will become ice zombies, i.e. White Walkers. So, and there is one particular episode that is literally just a battle. So people are going to die. Arya is an assassin. We have a psychic on our team. It is all to play for. We are in the end game. The little games have finished. If there's anything left of small games, it's potato fries. This is the big game, people. The end game is upon us. Plans within plans will happen. It's been so well built up. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to the first episode, which airs tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed this recap. Sorry it's been a bit wishy-washy and not very clear. It is a complex thing. Really, it really is complex. I really hope that Sam managed to see Jon Snow and manages to pass on his information. Obviously, Bran Stark knows who Jon Snow is because we had that revelation at the end of season 7. We have 6 episodes, people. 6 full movie style episodes. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and please check out all my other videos on my channel. Like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for your support. I will be doing reviews of each of season 8. Each of the season 8 episodes of Game of Thrones. There are only 6 of them, and they are phenomenal. Who knows what's going to happen? It's all to play for. It could all end up with Sam being king. For all we know, it could end up that way. Because I think Jon Snow's on borrowed time. I think Daenerys is on borrowed time. Cersei is definitely on borrowed time. She could die in childbirth. Her baby could become the king, protected by Jaime. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the Hand of the Queen and his wife, Sansa, because that needs resolving, because technically Sansa is still married to him, even though they didn't consummate their relationship. Perhaps it will be different now. Possibly it will be. It is all to play for. We don't know who's going to get Castle Rock. We don't know who's going to get Winterfell. Will these places still exist For all we know, it could completely break the wheel and they could completely have a new system of governance. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please like, comment and subscribe, and check out my review of Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1, happening very soon. Excitement!